my district get transported to another dimension, but they don't usually think about it as space travel. So appreciate your knowledge. I'd like to address my question to you, Mr. Gold, and to Dr. Neal. You know, we're just a couple of weeks away from the reauthorization again of the FAA bill. The Senate has passed a version, and we have a version over here on the House side that calls for privatization of air traffic control system. Part of the problem with that is that it puts the decision-making in the hands of a commission or a committee that's dominated by just primarily one special interest and leaves out a lot of the players, including commercial space industry. So I would ask you, Mr. Gold, if you would be satisfied with the system that where they determine rates and access and every bit of use of the airspace where you're not at the table. And I would ask Dr. Neal if he would comment on kind of the relationship between the Office of Commercial Space and air traffic, and I know it's a substantial one, and what kind of challenges would be posed if we move to this new system that's in the House bill.
So first, Congresswoman, let me congratulate you and your constituent, Bigelow Aerospace, and everyone in Southern Nevada who worked to get the Bigelow Expandable Activity Module onto the International Space Station. I used to say that Bigelow Aerospace was the biggest gamble in Las Vegas, but no longer.
That's right.
And it's going in a great direction, and congratulations to you. Again, we've talked a lot about regulatory risk, choking the child in its crib. And I think what you raise is an excellent example of this. Again, we are dealing with a young industry, one that is just leaving the cradle and beginning to walk. And if we suffocate it with regulations, and particularly regulations where we are not able to interact, to have that seat at the table, to provide the advice, because again, this is not the aviation industry. These are not mature systems that government officials have great experience and knowledge of. Most of the experience with commercial spaceflight systems remain only in that company itself because they're so unique and so different and so immature at this time. And part of the reason that you see myself and others in industry be so supportive of Dr. Neal is not only due to his excellent leadership, but Dr. Neal and his predecessors have always had a seat for us at the table. It's part of why I'm here at this hearing with the ComStack. And any system that does not allow us that insight, that transparency, and that voice, I would strongly be against.
Thank you. Doctor?
Yes, I would just point out that the FAA has a strategic initiative that is intended to integrate commercial space activities with other users of the NAS. So that includes the UAS flights as well as the commercial space. We're trying to make sure that you can operate both kinds of systems without negatively impacting others. And today we've been working very closely with the Air Traffic Organization for what's happening today, and with the Next Gen office, including the FAA Technical Center, for what we want to happen tomorrow. But based on that close collaboration and the research that we're doing right now, I feel pretty confident that we will be able to continue that relationship regardless of what Congress decides to do on the future of the ATO.
So you think it would work out if you privatize air traffic controllers and they don't have a seat at the table and you're kind of taken out of the picture?
I'm confident that we can make it work whichever way Congress decides to proceed.
Okay. Thank you.